Hi guys, I'm OP. I'm a prop trader from Hashedge, and I'm here back with another video, ready to give you a daily market analysis of the crypto markets and trading overall. We just jump into the market. I woke up this morning with a smile on my face, looking at the chart. We have pumped to 92,700. All markets are crazy, everything is bullish. I just had to wake up this morning to give you this video, because everything is just bullish. All news, all sentiments, everything is just crazy. All my charts are just going wild. Charts is going wild. WhatsApp, Telegram, everything is going wild. Everybody's excited, but we remain calm. We don't get into our emotions that everything is, because we have to look at the statistics and everything is happening right now. We look to be up. We appear that we have confirmed the daily close above 90,000, which was yesterday. So now we're looking, but I'm kind of skeptical, because this move and this candle looks too bullish and it looks too unhealthy. So I expect a pullback, which will give us a confirmation up until maybe 88,000, 90,000 thereabout. Once we get that confirmation that we maintain that support, that is when I'm going to long this market, because it is unhealthy to just enter the market right now at this point. Looking at the RSI, it looks overbought, and it looks pointing too much up to the upside, and it looks almost getting to the overbought territory that we should remain cautious. So now, for now, we remain cautious. We didn't enter a trade, unfortunately, because this move was a violent move which happened overnight, pretty much Dubai time. And we just watch this market. Everybody's excited. It's just making everybody bullish. This will make us looking at the open interest. First of all, let's just look at the open interest. So we look at open interest, and open interest pretty much is the amount of leverage traders are using in the system, and that gives us an indication where the bottom is in or where the top is in that sense. So now looking at the open interest, obviously from Glassnode, which gives us analysis on-chain analytics, it has risen from 28.5 billion in April 21st to 30.7 billion as at yesterday, and this is a 2.2 billion in 24 hours. This makes the highest level since March and aligns with the rise in both price and futures open interest. So just in 24 hours, we have had 2.2 billion added to the market on open interest, on leverage. So a lot of traders are gambling this, and this makes me wary, because of course the market makers who control all the markets and control the price movements will be looking at this number, and this is how they also make their money. So we have to be cognizant of all of this, and once we are cognizant, we have to now think above the parapet and, okay, what are the market makers more likely to do? Most likely they are going to try to wipe out everybody that is going long right now, because a lot of traders, I will call them not smart traders right now, are looking at this market that everything is green and expecting that it's going to continue, and nothing goes up in a straight line. So we have to be cautious, looking for a pullback, which will wipe out every long trader that probably has traded and probably long in. So would enter the market. I would even want to suggest to enter the market to put a level around 86,000, and that's where I will get an entry, because we still expect a pullback to confirm the support of 86,000 and 88,000, and that's when we'll take another long entry moving forward up to like 100k, where we'll be taking profit finally. So right now everything is just bullish. I just want to put up a bullish video right now of how the market looks right now. So now everybody is just, everybody's just happy all over Twitter. Everybody's just going crazy. So many videos, so many memes that are just going around, and everybody's just tapping themselves on their back, and and handshaking themselves like, oh yeah, we made it. Our bags are ripping, our bags are pumping, all coins are ripping, everything is happening. Solana 2 is pumping. Looking at Solana 2 is pumping up to the levels I was talking about. Now at 148, it has gone up a little bit because Bitcoin has pulled the whole market with itself. The RSI looking to also pointing above, and it looks to be approaching the 200 EMA above on the blue line, as you can see at the top here. And also this blue line looks like it's going to be meeting up with our trend line that we have drawn around 158. So this is still another level that we are still watching. Everything looks very, very good at the moment. Looking at XRP looks to be inching up higher little by little, and is looking to be closing above the 50 MA moving average, above it. Also, the RSI of XRP is looking pointing upwards. So all of this is just looking bullish right now. Everything is looking bullish. There's nothing really to report. Report is just that everything is looking bullish, but we remain cautious. We are looking at our levels, and we are still making sure everything, looking at the fear and great ingress. Imagine yesterday it was at 47. It has jumped over like 30 points above, and now we're already in greed territory, which is kind of alarming that we're already in greed. Like, people are already in greed. That's alarming and weird, you know. And anyways, it makes us cautious of this market, the way we have just quickly jumped, and this kind of aligns with the open interest, 2.2 billion in 24 hours. People have pumped into the markets based on all of this. Clearly and definitely there will be a wipeout sometime soon, and that will make a lot of people cry. Looking at the overall altcoin market, everything is green across the board. I literally cannot see any red. Okay, sorry, I can see one red in gold, AUT, and Pax Gold. So gold, yes, because gold is actually gold is declining after its all-time highs that it has been running over the past few weeks and months. So gold is pulling back, dollar is pulling back, while cryptocurrency is ripping. So you can see just all the ones that are really just pumping, that jumps out to me. You can see SUI with a 22% increase on the daily. IMX, a gaming token, with 30%, Dogecoin with 12%, FLOKI with 18%, meme coin, Fatcoin with 15%, another meme coin, PEPE with 14%, another meme coin, Bonk with 26%, another meme coin. So a lot of meme coins really that is just jumping out here, apart from IMX, which is a gaming token. I think is the biggest so far. Jump on ENA 17%, on Ethereum layer 1. So you can see a lot of meme coins across the board, although with just one gaming, but a lot of meme coins are standing out, looking to capture these bullish movements that we're having of late. Then of course, not to jump on the bandwagon, is Bloomberg also reporting. Let me just highlight and make this larger. Bitcoin, and this is a choppy video from the actual TV channel, and someone took a picture of it, and Bitcoin is talking about Bloomberg is talking about Bitcoin acting like a safe haven, and saying and reporting that Bitcoin is decoupling from tech stocks, and is following gold. So it's quite interesting that Bloomberg is reporting this and is sounding bullish, pumping our bags for us on the traditional media. And again, Bloomberg is just talking about this. Let's just listen to what they were reiterating.
It's the moment that everybody's kind of been waiting for so long. This has moved in tandem with risk assets. Why the divergence now?
Yeah, well, it's interesting, Tim. I mean, I think throughout Bitcoin's creation, since its creation, I think people have really tried to pigeonhole it into an analogous traditional asset. Is it gold? Is it tech stocks?
Yeah.
I think ultimately it's an unsatisfying exercise.
Is it just Bitcoin?
I think it's just Bitcoin, and I think these correlations come and they go, and they're unreliable. You're right. For a long time, it was very correlated to the Nasdaq 100 and the Mag 7 tech stocks. I think it's a very specific set of circumstances that have it now being viewed as sort of a haven asset. Specifically, that limited supply of Bitcoin. There will only ever be 21 million Bitcoin. There's already about 20 million in circulation, and you can contrast that to sort of the unpredictable monetary policy that we're faced with now, with President Trump, basically demanding that the Fed chair be replaced or resign, trying to pressure for lower rates. So that's a very specific moment now. The dollar weakness, and a lot of professional traders and investors are saying now it's really fulfilling sort of that destiny of being limited supply, finite supply, predictable supply, versus a very unpredictable future for U.S. monetary policy.
Well, it's interesting. It feels like it goes along with the sell and
So I'll just end it there because it goes along. It's kind of like a 3-minute video, 2.50 video. But what it's just saying is there will only be 21 million Bitcoin, in contrast to gold and contrast to traditional stock market. That's because stocks can be printed ad nauseum. So just giving us a confirmation of Bitcoin and the bullishness right now. Everybody's just bullish, talking about Bitcoin above 90,000 and looking at all the all the properties and all the bullish narratives he has around it. And or not want to miss one too. BlackRock is also talking about how Bitcoin you will not be surprised if he hits 700,000. So they have 700,000 earmarked for them in 2005. I wouldn't take that too seriously, but I know like in 2017 you can see someone posted 2017 Bitcoin. BlackRock was saying Bitcoin is for money laundering. Now they are saying in 2025 Bitcoin could replace dollar as the global reserve currency. You know what they flip flop, like, you know, like our flip flops when we are going to the beach. Who knows what they will say next? But 700,000 is too much. It's far fetched, too much for it. But let's see what will happen. Anyways, we will still be happy if anything happens. Nevertheless, looking at Dennis Porter too is tweeting that M2 is ripping and Bitcoin always follows it, and you can see there's a correlation with both charts, with the M2 and Bitcoin USD. And he's proposing and saying that 200,000 is next for. So Larry Fink and BlackRock is positioning and saying 700,000 in 2025. Dennis Porter is saying 200,000 in Bitcoin, and Standard Chartered is also maintaining that it's 2025 Bitcoin prediction is also 200,000. So who knows which will be? Everybody has different prediction. I have my personal prediction. Also, mine is probably is around 200,000, 250 will top out there. But that will be on a long-term perspective, not maybe this year. I would be positioning probably for 2026, but they are saying 2025. Let's see what will happen. Whoever is right is good. If they are right, my bags are still happy. So, you know, that doesn't make us. But for us as traders, we also still have at the back of our mind, like, we are going to long this market. We know when to enter, we know when to exit, and things like that. We are not bound by all these kind of arbitrary prices everybody puts around, but we maintain the chart and we listen to what the chart is telling us, not what fundamental and bullish narratives are out there on TV, on Twitter, and everything, or news media. Nothing of that. We look at what the price is telling us, the chart is telling us, and price action is saying, and it's dictating to us, because that is who we follow and that is what guides us. Looking at Cointelegraph, we can see Cantor Fitzgerald, SoftBank, and Theta are coming together to on a massive 3 billion Bitcoin acquisition fund, and this is following from Financial Times, and this is like another MicroStrategy coming up and following their model, and they now want to also be accumulating and stocking Bitcoin. So we have been saying it, institutions are here. A lot of retail doesn't recognize this, and retail is actually sleeping. A lot of retail is still sleeping on all of this, and I don't want them to be missing. That's why we are here every day paying attention to this market, because we know this is the only way out for a lot of people to get out of to get financial freedom. Look at BlackRock too, another institution, of course, the largest AUM in the world. They just scooped up another 43 million worth of Bitcoin. That was yesterday. So everything is bullish right now for us. Where are we? We should be here. We should be here doing all of this. I just plead to all the folks that are not watching videos like this, even guys that are watching videos like this, like, subscribe, post this video, repost it, share it to your friends. Let them realize and see the opportunity that is here. This opportunity is begging people to come into this industry, to make money, to take them out of poverty or whatever situation they are in, into financial freedom and a path towards exiting this dying financial model that we have. Fiat currency, it is a dying system, and every money is based on debt, and Bitcoin, cryptocurrency, is the future. This is where your money can appreciate and do work for you, and you can participate in this and be part of the new frontier in the world, in this movement. This whole technology is bringing about new millionaires. It's going to mint millionaires. It's going to melt our faces. Already aren't our faces even melting from yesterday? This pump from yesterday to today, my face is definitely melting, because I woke up this morning and I'm so bullish and I'm so pumped, and I'm like, oh, I have to shoot a video immediately, you know. And that's why I'm here every day giving you this, just to quit my rant and to go back into our news and analysis that we give you today. You can see that Bitcoin founder too is pushing the narrative, just like I'm saying, you know, but in another format. I'm preaching and saying this right now, but Bitcoin is also doing the same. Binance founder CZ is also doing the same thing while meeting Malaysia's Prime Minister and discussing crypto and blockchain innovation. I remember recently, I think it was about last month, CZ2 was also appointed as an advisor to the government of Pakistan. So you can see that all these guys are making a lot of headwinds. I know Simon Dixon is also an advisor to the president of El Salvador. So a lot of people, Winkle Voice Trains, I can go on and on and on, name a lot of Bitcoiners that are doing a lot of work, maybe evangelism of Bitcoin and spreading the word of crypto and blockchain innovation to everywhere in the world. We see also, not to get lost out, USC has also newly appointed the new SEC chair, Paul Atkins, and he has said somebody that is bullish for this space and would not go against blockchain innovation. Let's just hear what he has.
Our securities laws and regulations are applied and advance clear rules of the road that encourage investment in our economy to the benefit of Americans. A top priority of my chairmanship will be to provide a firm regulatory foundation for digital assets through a rational, coherent, and principled approach. We will work to ensure that the United States is the best and most secure place in the world to invest and to do business. So, Mr. President, again, thank you very much for your graciousness and extending such a warm welcome to my family and me today.
So yes, he's going to make sure that USA will be top. They'll make good clarity. There'll be clarity on digital asset space, and they'll be supporting the industry. So this is very bullish for Bitcoin moving forward. So Trump also just moving forward and saying what Trump is talking regarding his plans to fire Chairman Jerome Powell. He has walked back this. So we see a lot of flip-flops again from the president, which is not good, and it gives us an air of uncertainty. That means anything can move anyhow. You can say one thing now and the markets will turn. And this is not good for markets. We don't like that as traders, and nobody likes that anyways, because it does a disservice to financial markets across the board.
I don't want to talk about that because I have no intention of firing.
He said doesn't have any intention of firing him. The other day he was tweeting that he wants to fire him, that he was calling him names and all of that. Now he's saying he doesn't want to fire him. This is, the flip-flopping is not. Also we see with China, he's also flip-flopping. Now he's saying that China tariffs will drop a lot, and which is bullish for the markets. But we don't know that means anything can happen tomorrow, or maybe somebody makes a side comment here and there, or a rumor might fly and Trump is pissed off again and he says, 200% tariffs for China. This is not, it makes everything uncertain. We don't know which is which. And anyways, we pay account according to the chart, because at the end of the day, the chart will tell us this, because the news can move the markets in certain directions, but the charts will never lie. Everything will be priced in the charts, and the charts will never lie, and that guides us as traders. That's why we should kind of not pay attention to all this news and all this news rhetoric coming from Trump, from China, from this, from that. No, we pay according to the charts, and we let the chart dictate to us, and that is our guide. And we just end this video analysis with Ayelo, a big follower and researcher on Twitter. He's saying nobody believing that Bitcoin will actually decouple from risk assets. Seems like the price is set up where it is most likely. Everything is still waiting on the bat down, but what if everything currently looking bullish against US equity? I really have no read on the short term, because I think wild Trump headlines can still dominate markets, which is what I just said. But I think most would agree Bitcoin has held up much better than they thought it would since the chaos started. I still believe Bitcoin eventually rips higher and further establishes itself as an asset that more investors recognize as having a very important place in a world where the US is sabotaging itself and sovereign debts are at record high, with growth looking shaky. So I totally agree with this. Of course, I believe also Bitcoin will move higher in the future. In the future, towards the end of this year, maybe next year, it will move higher. But with all the instability, all the uncertainty right now in the world, then with the debt levels of America, then the instability of a lot of fiat currencies and a lot of global economies all over the world shows us that we don't have a stable foundation, and clearly something needs to be changed, something needs to be done to the current system and the current model that we are running the world, the global economy on, and this needs to change. So all of this is contingent on what? Cryptocurrencies, blockchain innovation, blockchain technology, which we are participating, which we are here every day giving you analysis of the market, paying attention, making trades, making money. And one thing that is important that I want to make sure I point out today, and I would like to make sure to point out every single day, is that we manage our risk levels according to the charts, and we execute at following our trend lines, following our support and resistance lines, and we make money. That's why we are here. We are here from zero to Ferrari, following the market to make money. Let's go. Bye.